Hello and welcome to our second part of tourism's chapter communication personality. And we begin with 18.3, a very simple idea of what is a meeting. Well, essentially, a meeting is a get together of few people to discuss a common agenda. These are very standard ideas that the idea of meeting is to explain, inform about a new product launch, a new service, to understand the situation, to plan a strategic plan for marketing, changes, conflict resolution. Most of the time, this is very generic in nature. However, one very important thing to convene a meeting. Convene is how do you conduct a meeting? The first step in conducting a meeting is who will come to the meeting. So that is, you send a notice. It's a WhatsApp message, it's an email, it could be an online meeting. And in the notice, you say the time, date, the place of the meeting, or online, the link will be given. Then step two is why are we meeting? For example, why are we watching this? The agenda is you're learning about tourism. There's an exam coming up. This is a theory. So what is the agenda? What is the key topic? And finally, the most important part is mom, not your mother. Sorry for the PJ. It's minutes of the meeting. Minutes of the meeting is basically what was discussed, what conclusion people arrived at. All these are called MOM, minutes of the meeting. Once you understand that, convening a meeting is very, very easy. Right. Next step is interviews. How do you plan an interview? Simple concept, plan well. Be in time, punctuality, maintain eye contact, shake hands. Do not, have a negative answer. Avoid, industry, there's a jargon. So avoid the jargon, like don't use complicated words, use industry word. For example, I'm an educationist. I'll use talking about lesson plans. I'll talk about, a timetable. Use what you do and answer it well. Simple questions in interview. That's all this whole activity had. In fact, one of the very important thing is simple explain 5 C's of oral communication. Remember, oral communication, we already spoke about being concise, complete, correct, concrete, candid, courtesy, clear. This is what we're talking about. Very simple. It's a long chapter, but these are more important things. If you've done mass communication, you know most of it. Now we go to a concept of written communication. Use a paper, write it down. The advantages and disadvantages of written communication. Same thing you can use where the question comes in. How is oral communication different from written communication? Very simple. Advantages, written communication is more serious. It is accurate. It can be seen by a large number of people. You write an email, it stays, right? It provides clear guidance. Disadvantage, it is time consuming. There is no immediate feedback. It is rigid. There is no human touch. All of these, there could be error in typos and drafting. It is difficult to maintain secrecy, right? Same thing, oral communication and written communication. It's a very simple thing. Don't think of like if you're listening to a radio program or a podcast, and an example of written communication is an email. Written communication is long. It takes time. Message, it's not negative and disadvantage. It's what are the features. It is more useful for long messages. It is good for recording. Oral is immediately exchanged, good for feedback. It is equal to maintain secrecy unless you're playing Chinese whispers. However, there is no record, which is not true. You can record an oral communication like a voice note, but it may not be precise. Words can get distracted. These are the key pointers of oral and written communication. What are the 7 C's of written communication? Now, you see, you've already done the 7 C's of oral communication. Trust me, most of them are very similar. Being concise, clarity, complete, consideration, courtesy, correctness, and concreteness. The word is consideration. For example, you don't have to memorize it. Remember, we've drawn a chart. All you have to do is draw a chart again and use these pointers one by one. For example, I will draw a small concept like that. I'll put the word C. So it has to be concise, short, brief. It should be complete. Don't keep it hanging. It should be courteous. Use polite. Use the word thank you. Right? It should be clarity. So there should be a lot of clarity in it. There should be correct words. So even spelling and grammar should be correct. Concrete. It should be clear, solid, and consideration. The word consideration means thank you for your help. Instead of using chairman, you use chairperson. It is, the gender has changed. It could be male or female. Instead of saying dear sir or dear, you slash ma'am. It could be anything. It's called consideration. I know if you memorize it once, it's very easy. These are not very difficult. It's all you need to remember it, and which is why the recording is for your help. What are the principles of effective writing? Remember the C's and use a different word for the C. For example, when I say avoid jargon, all you need to do is correctness, right? Unity means clarity. Coherence means it's brief. Accuracy means correctness. So you use the same C's and that is enough for you to write it. That's all. How do you write a business letter? Some of the key pointers, they might ask you to write a business letter. So what you do is, dear sir, first your name, address, date, and then you have a write, what you call the salutation. Dear sir, respected sir. You write the body of the letter. The purpose should be written like a subject in one line. And then what you want to say, and then end it by sincerely or politely saying. If you look at this, this is a very nice way of understanding. There are 11 pointers, looks very long, but the very simple idea is, if I write a business letter, this is a letter. I write my name, which is a heading, the date, which comes in, reference, why you're writing a reference. You write salutation here, the subject in one line, you write the body, you can see all of this, complimentary closer, and then you put the signature. So this is my signature, very bad, right? And then if there's any enclosure or appendix, if you're attaching something, you can just write it. This is what a formal letter looks like. Good enough? As I said, this is a longer chapter. Otherwise, it's very easy. What is customer care management? CRM, or customer relationship management, as it's called. Basically, it is to maximize customer satisfaction. So, example, you have taken a Jio connection, a Jio fiber, or an Airtel phone. When you call them, usually it's a toll-free number. There's somebody to solve your problem. It could be NIOS, it could be Amazon. We're not commenting on how the references will be, but basically you buy a mobile phone or a car, you need a customer to help you, somebody who is helping, that's called customer care. In the tourism industry, you buy a ticket, the visas, you go to a new place. There's so many areas a customer needs help. So you're looking at customers' value proposition. The question usually is, how are the factors affecting customer care management? Need of the customer. So example, let's say you have taken a tour package. Where are you going? Is it a religious tour? Is it a business tour? Is it a shopping or a pleasure tour? So you're going to Dubai, you're going to, Rishikesh, or you're just going for a conference in Delhi. Then what are you booking? The customer, is it the family? You need a suite, you need a business room, an OYO room. Provide value for money. Exactly. The service has to be updated. So you give them SMS, WhatsApp, you buy a booking.com or your Clear Trip, they'll send you a message, the PNR comes to it. The levels of customer feedback. So in Uber and Ola, you give them ratings, 5-star, 2-star, 3-star. There is also royalty schemes, like, when airlines give you air miles. So many areas of customer satisfaction. Now, how do I know what a customer needs? It is called sources. Sources of customer. Remember, this is a question that is usually asked. What are the sources you find about customer need? Among the sources, I find from the order history. Zomato knows what I like to order. So they'll immediately order a paneer tikka for me because they say this man, or an ice cream for me, is always an offer is there. Also record of the contacts. Who are you business dealing with? Are you traveling to a common place? You also do something around, with regards to travel plan. So you look at any pattern has changed. You have solo business, the family trip comes in. Possibly new product and offer. You're buying a new car. You search some car on Amazon, Google, immediately the SEO searches will help you. A car company will call you. OLX or Ola will call you. So, and then feedback from non-competitive suppliers. Maybe a bank will give you feedback. You have a lot of money in your bank. They will call you for a credit card or a loan. Very simple. This is a long chapter, but don't have to worry. It's very basic thing. I'm not asking you to remember. What I'm telling you, if you memorize it well, you're already on a path to writing the answers. A good customer is giving a free toll-free number. They listen courtesy. They follow up. They ask for ratings. They give discounts. A good customer is someone who is always asking for help. There are two kinds of complaints that can be given: oral or written. Written complaint, when you write something, if for example, you write some email, it's always with a tag record, a reference number. It is, maybe a customer has to give a reply. They might say, sorry for the inconvenience. Oral, you personally make it emotional. So remember 3R: refund, replace, or repair. I'm saying again, 3R: refund, replace, or repair. As simple as that. This is what we are saying, customer personality. So what's a personality? The word personality comes from a Latin word which means persona or a mask. So many traits are there for a personality. Now, this is how you understand a customer. A lot of understanding, right? So you understand from the hereditary, what region they are from the environment they come from, or from the situation. A very important question, and I keep saying all things are important. There are only two main topics or three main topics I'm going to teach you. That's all in this particular chapter. Looks like a long answer, but Myers-Briggs personality type, it's a very, very important personality type. A question is asked, or a big five model. What is Myers-Briggs MBTI model? There are two kinds of people, extrovert or introverts. Introverts are socially quiet, shy. They are, people who want to put an earphone and don't have too much interaction. That's one type. Extroverts are people who are life of the party. They enjoy, they are funny, they are assertive, they talk more. It's not right and wrong. It's a personality type. All right. So maybe I am an extrovert, my spouse is an introvert. Depending on your friends, find out who they are. Another type is someone who's sensing and intuition. What do you mean by sensing and intuition? Sensing are people who have great deal. They pay attention like a detective. Intuition are people who are immediately looking at things, okay, gut feeling, as they say, right? So intuition could be an artist who's making changes on the theater. Sensing is someone like a detective who is making a lot of minute detail. Another personality type is thinking and feeling. Thinking person are people with more maths inclination, reason, logic, right? Feeling are emotional people. So people who feel very often, bad when you say a joke or when you pull their leg. There must be people like that around you. I've written down people I know, and you can write people about you'll remember it well. And finally, one more personality type is judging and perceiving. Either judging people want to be in control, like the judges. Perceiving people are spontaneous. Immediately they're talking. They are stand-up comedians perceiving. Judging people are news anchors, right? So this is an example for you to understand. Another model that talks about, I said there are too many things, is the Big Five model. Essentially, if you remember Myers-Briggs, you understand the Big Five also. Like there's an extrovert kind of a model. There's an agreeable person. There's emotionally stable. All of the Myers-Briggs are almost divided here. Open to experiences, maybe, intuition person. So remember these keywords and you'll hopefully remember what these personality types are. The last part of the chapter, and I want to divide three parts. I made it longer for you, but you'll understand it. A team. What's a team? A team is a group of people coming together for a common purpose. There could be 5 to 12 people who are problem solving, 10 to 15 people who are given a specific responsibility, so self-managed team, or there could be a longer cross-functional team. For example, let's say you're manufacturing a team. You need sales, marketing, branding, designing. All of these are cross-functioning. Or finally, virtual meeting like Golden Sparrow's online school. You come for teaching, and that is a team. There are many steps to building a team. This we have done previously, so I'm jumping too quickly. 4 stages of team formation. Number 1 is forming, storming as in brainstorming, norming as in you norm anybody, and performing. Like example, I have to make an Indian cricket team. So first forming, I am forming the team. All players are coming together. Then I'm brainstorming. Who should be captain? Oh, Rohit Sharma should be captain. Number 3 should be Suresh Iyer or Virat Kohli. So I'm choosing who should come in. Or should I take an extra spinner Ashwin or a pace bowler Shardul Thakur? Then norming. Everybody gets a role. Okay, KL Rahul will be wicket keeper, but Ishan Kishan is a left-hander. He's in the team. I'm norming. I'm giving them norms. And finally, they have to go out and win the World Cup for India. Bleed blue. Thank you so much. All the best. This is all that we have in your chapter. A long chapter, but a very valuable chapter. Goodbye and good luck.